Hello, fabulous Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of March 2015, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, we certainly have a lot of love energy in the air, lots of love vibes in the air, but it's the kind of energy that's asking you to step out of your comfort zone, that's asking you to grow, and that's asking you to consider perspectives that you haven't before. Now, for some of you out there, this is just going to be having to watch your partner go through a little bit of an existential crisis or a philosophical exploration, and you are asked to go along for the ride and in the process exposed to new ideas and new ways of looking at the world. For others of you out there, this is going to be meeting new people who are in some way different than what you've known before and help you to explore more of the world and explore more of an understanding of what it is that you believe. What is your own philosophical orientation? In some way, they expose you to a new way of looking at things, whether it's a new way of looking at things philosophically or geographically as well. So I look at this sky, and ultimately it's one that's very lucky for you. It's one that's very blessed for you. But it's also really highlighting and speaking to this very part of the sky that has to do with expansion, has to do with more, knowing more, being more than you were before. And love presents that very opportunity to you as well. So we have got Jupiter in your sign, speaking with the ruling planet of your opposite sign, Uranus, and speaking with Venus and speaking with Mars and fellow fire signs. So you put all this together and it does suggest more growth and really lovely adventures that you're likely to remember for a really long time to come. Those of you in an established bond, I mean, this whole idea of your partner sort of being on a bit of a kick, whether you want to call it a philosophical kick, a spiritual kick, but in some way it's almost like your partner may all of a sudden develop this very passionate interest in a spiritual tradition or a philosophical school that they just weren't into before, and it takes you a little bit aback all of a sudden. But it can be a lot of fun, and it does look like to you, it is interesting, it is fascinating, it's expanding you in some important ways, and resonating with you as well. At very least, it's going to allow some really fun experiences that you share together with this person. Those of you who are dating somebody, it does look like you're going to get to know this person a lot more and realize how different they actually are. So chances are you're going to get to know this person more deeply and come to an understanding that they actually do see the world really differently than you expected, or are of a different origin than you expected as well. Or maybe like their first language might be something different than you expected. So just be open with that, because it does look like, you know, ultimately what's really great about the world that we live in now is that more than ever we decide who we are for ourselves. And more than ever we can sort of be directed from where our spirit is guiding us to go rather than external expectations. And that's really because of all the people who came before us who paved the way to allow us to do that. And I share this with you because I do think that there is going to be this bit of a surprise element that, oh wow, I didn't realize it, that, you know, you were, you know, from another place, or that you actually, your background is different than I thought, or your religion is different than I thought. And all of this ultimately is meant to remind you that ultimately we are who we choose to be. And also, it should be rather interesting for you as well. It's a positive sky, so it doesn't look like it's something that upsets you in any way at all. In fact, intrigues you and attracts you even more. Those of you who are open to meeting somebody new, well, the chance of you meeting somebody very different than what you're used to. Now, this is really prominent for all the fire signs out there, but especially for you, the chance of you meeting somebody who's really different than what you've known before becomes that much more emphasized now. So when I see something like this and the chance of connecting with people who are from far away, the chance of you connecting with somebody online, feeling a genuine connection with somebody who actually their native language is different, or they are from a whole other country, they live in another country. All of that becomes very blessed under this type of sky for making a genuine connection with somebody who ultimately does represent being introduced to more of the world than you were before. And what I love about this month for you is that understanding that you are more a citizen of the world than you knew before, that you are ready to grow in ways that you didn't know you could be before, and now really are ready to embrace some new experiences in the context of love that reach right into your heart.